Hello again, poor girls. So I wanted to do a video for a week's worth of meals for under $25, and this is not counting like spices and oils and things like that are kind of just kitchen essentials in the first place. A good well-stocked pantry of spices is actually pretty important to being able to continually cook different meals with very simple ingredients. Also, I find it important to incorporate a lot of ingredients that you might already have at home. Let's say you just have like some shredded cheese lying around in your fridge from taco night or something. I mean, that's something that you can use in many other dishes. So those kinds of little elements are going to be important for this type of thing. But I did try to simplify these dishes as much as possible, and basically you can just customize them however you want based on what's in your kitchen. So I went to Walmart and this is what I managed to buy. It's basically just bread, bananas, chicken legs and thighs, frozen veggies, eggs, oatmeal, peanut butter, brown rice, black beans, and potatoes. And actually after experiencing these items, I would definitely opt for a better brand of oatmeal and probably chicken breasts if you can afford it. But if not, the thighs and legs do just fine. So this is the first breakfast I made, and it was just scrambled eggs with fried potatoes cut into cubes. This was really simple and easy and fast, and I really enjoyed it. Also, don't mind the ketchup. It's really just a personal preference thing, but I'm sure a lot of you will make fun of me for it. But a lot of people use salsa instead, so I definitely recommend that if you want something to not make your meal so dry. This is my second breakfast that I made. It's really super simple. It's just toast with peanut butter and bananas on top. It's actually really yummy, and if you have other toppings you want to put on it, you can do it, like honey. I put chia seeds on mine because I had some laying around. Really, you can kind of dress this up any way you want depending on the ingredients you have at home. It can also be eaten as a snack midday, or you can have it for lunch. It doesn't have to be restricted to breakfast. I definitely did have it a couple times as a snack. So this is my third breakfast that I made, and it was just oatmeal with bananas. And again, to note the oatmeal, I would definitely buy a better brand. I actually really like Better Oats' Bare Oatmeal, and I'm sure Quaker Oats makes a pretty good oatmeal, but really I didn't like Great Value, and I think it's worth the extra few cents to get something that you're going to enjoy. And actually, another note is that I was kind of lazy with the oatmeal I bought. I just bought instant packages of like microwavable oatmeal, but you actually get more for your money if you just buy one of those big containers of oatmeal. So the fourth and last breakfast was just basically fried egg with homemade hash browns. And it was actually surprisingly easy to make myself. It sort of made me realize how I was overpaying whenever I go to the restaurants. So for the remaining days, I mean, you can either get creative with your ingredients or you can kind of alternate those breakfasts. For me, I just kind of alternated them, and that was fine with me. I do wish I had more veggies though. I think the addition of avocado and tomatoes would have punched things up a bit. So if you have the extra money in your budget for side veggies like those in the morning, I think it can really help make you feel like you're being a little more nutritious. Also, I gotta say, it makes eggs more desirable to have a little bit of melted cheese sprinkled on them along with slices of avocado on top, as opposed to having just plain scrambled eggs. Quick note on lunches. For me, I actually ended up just making breakfasts or dinners for lunch basically, or eating my leftovers. I didn't really distinguish lunch as being different from the breakfast or dinner dishes. Basically, I just did whatever the heck I wanted for lunch. So the first dinner was actually a really, really simple meal. It was really just chicken with black beans and brown rice. It's like the most basic of basic meals, but it's actually pretty high in fiber, so that's cool. And it is pretty tasty despite it being really simple. So the second meal that I made was basically just a baked potato with some pulled chicken and some of the frozen veggies. This meal was super easy because I had cooked too much chicken the night before, so I just took what I had left over and just basically pulled it and made it easy to eat with a fork. And threw some of those stir-fry veggies with it. Later I actually did put butter and bacon bits in the potato, but you know, in a pinch, I'm sure you can eat it with, you know, as plain as you have to. For this meal, I basically was just using leftovers again from the first meal. And so I just threw together the brown rice and black beans in a bowl with some chicken. And this is where if you have other things in your house, that's where it's gonna come in handy, because you can make it like a chipotle bowl where you can add salsa, corn, lettuce, cheese, guacamole, basically whatever you have on hand, and dress it up that way. It can really turn a pretty standard dish very exciting. I've also heard that the addition of lime actually makes it really enjoyable as well. Now, this is the last dinner I made, and it's actually my favorite, but I do have a secret about it. I cheated and used chicken breasts because I let my chicken thighs and legs go bad by keeping it in the fridge, and word for the wise, don't do that. Freeze your chicken. You know, you shouldn't leave a 10-pound bag of chicken legs and thighs in your fridge. So yeah, but this was chicken with the stir-fry veggies, and I imagine you can do this with thighs all the same anyway, but the stir-fry veggies that came from Walmart actually came with stir-fry sauce, and that was wonderful and perfect, and it actually made this meal way easy. So it was super simple and it was super delicious. And so, like the breakfast, you're going to be alternating the meals throughout the week, probably just remaking whatever you liked the best or whatever you found easiest. There's definitely room for more experimentation. Like, I hardly used the potatoes, and I probably could have used those even more. And even things like the breakfast, like if you bought white bread instead of wheat, I'm sure you could have made some killer French toast with that. And that about concludes this video. So let me know what you guys would make with $25 for a week's worth of groceries.